Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing a good old-fashioned drugstore haul and try on. I am really excited by all of the things I have in front of me, and there are more than a few. So recently my friend Carolina, I'm going to go ahead and put her up on the screen here because if you're not following her on Instagram, you should. She puts together the most magical eyeshadow looks and she is just a doll of a person. So definitely check her out. But she and I are doing a swap. So I went out to the drugstore to find new makeup finds for her. And I realized I have not been in a store in a really long time. And I know we live in crazy times and things here in the States are, or at least my state, are finally starting to open up a little bit more. But even then, I wasn't going out and doing any kind of fun shopping. I was only doing like go to the grocery store, come right back home. And this is the first time that I've actually been out in a leisurely way. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was so much fun shopping for goodies to send to her. And while I was there, I of course picked up some goodies for myself. So let's talk about all the things that I picked up. So the first place that I went, because I'll be honest, I went to 7 different stores looking for the new Physicians Formula bronzers. I was not able to find them, although my husband is currently at Walmart and I told him while he was there if he wouldn't mind looking for me, and he was very excited that I sent him on a makeup finding mission. But I went to a lot of different stores to find them and I was so pleasantly surprised by some of the drugstores that are in my kind of area. I mean, there was a little bit more driving than usual, but I was really excited. But the first place that I went was Ulta, and while I was there, I made my first ColourPop purchase since the Raw Beauty Christie collection, which in ColourPop years is like 6 years. They come out with a new release like every 2 days. So I picked up the Off Melrose palette. This is one that I've had my eyes on for a while, and they had it in store so I could actually look at it, and they've taken the plastic off of a lot of things so you can actually like touch makeup again, which seems like a ridiculous thing to be excited about, but my little heart was aflutter. So I saw the Off Melrose palette and I went ahead and I let myself pick it up because it's one that is just, I don't know, like I'm sure I have all of these colors in other palettes, but I just really liked this one for some reason. And I love that it has kind of a more cooler tone lean to it, and I'm really excited to play with it. So I did pick that up there. I also picked up a new eyeliner from, this is from I think their most recent collection, like Cabana Life or something like that. But this is the BFF Creme Gel Liner. This is in the shade Plum Smash. I love this formula of eyeliner. I feel like it is so good, and you guys know me and purple eyeshadow looks, so I'm very excited to add this to the collection. Are you not gonna roll up? Are you busted? Oh, lame sauce. The component is broken. Oh, what a shame. All right, I'm gonna see if I can mess with this because I hate the thought of having to return it. Oh, that's sad. Okay. All right, moving on. Sorry, the disappointment is so real. While I was there, I also picked up from Catrice. This is the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. This is not a new product, but it's new to me. I've heard so many people rave about this, and they had it in stock, and I said, you know what? We're gonna give it a go. So I picked that up there. Now, the only other store that I actually purchased anything from was a CVS near me. And you guys, their drugstore section could rival Ulta's. I was shocked when I saw how many just brands and things they had. Crazy. I will definitely be going there more often. It was awesome. So one of the things that I was most excited and interested in is they had a whole section of Karity cosmetics. I've never tried anything from Karity. I've heard really good things. I only picked up one eyeshadow palette, although there's one that I'm still like thinking about, and so I'm probably gonna go back and pick up. But their a little bit pricey. I mean, Drugstore, they have gotten a little bit big for their britches in general, but this was almost $30. Now, it does have a ton of eyeshadows in it, but it just is surprising for the drugstore to see some of those price points. But this is what the palette looks like, and it's really, really pretty. Now, you guys know me, I'm not usually big on rainbow palettes, but for some reason, this one really spoke to me. This one down here, Rude Boy, really want to give that one a try. I'm very excited to play with this. In fact, this is probably going to be the one that we play with today because, you know, I'm excited. So I did pick that up. They also had a whole essence set. Oh, I'm sorry, I backtracked. I picked up 2 of the Karity brushes as well, so we'll be playing with those. They had a section for essence, which I've only ever seen essence at Ulta, so that was very exciting, and it was quite large. So I picked up a new bronzer. This is the Matte Sun Club Bronzing Powder. Very excited to give this a try. I really like the tone of this. I feel like on my super fair complexion that this will hopefully look really nice, and it seemed like it was a little bit more on the neutral side, so hopefully it won't pull too orange on me, so very excited about that. From Milani, I picked up the Hydrating Skin Tint. This is in the lightest shade. This is 110 Fair to Light. Nervous because it does look like it's a bit darker than what I would typically pick up. However, since it is just a skin tint, usually those sheer out a little bit more and tend to be a little bit more forgiving as far as shade range goes. So interested to check this out, but I have my reservations. I have no need for a new primer, but I did pick one up because it's Wet n Wild, the Impossible Primer. Well, yes, I'm intrigued. Why is it impossible? So we're going to give that a go. And then even though I'm on a unspoken lip product low buy, I did pick up one thing, but hear me out, hear me out. This is a tinted lip oil. So I'm curious about this. This is in the shade Bad Apple. So those are the things that I picked up. I'm very excited to give them a try. So let's go ahead and zoom in, and we'll go ahead and we will get started. Here we are, zoomed all in, and I'm not gonna lie, I spent a really long time staring at this palette, trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do, because I didn't want to do the same look that I feel like I've done so many times. So hopefully this will be a new and interesting look. So we're gonna start with the cream colored shade in the palette. I've already applied my eyeshadow primer. I've been using this little sample from Ulta Beauty. It's their matte eye primer in the shade Nude, and I've been really enjoying it, Doesn't take the place of my Urban Decay, but at this point it's coming in a close second, which is nice because it's a whole lot less expensive. All right, so quickly off camera, I cleaned up the massive amount of fallout that was on my face, as well as the overblend that always happens when I do my makeup. And I applied some sunscreen. I think it kind of came together a bit in the end, but I have to say, not sure that I'm fully feeling it yet. But we're gonna move on to the face. So we are going to start with the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. So it says that it mattifies, it hydrates, it blurs pores, and it preps skin for long-lasting makeup and impossibly silicone-free. So those are some, those are some tall claims. So I like all of them. Blurring pores, yes please. I'm not particularly oily, but mattifying a bit, and hydrating I'm always in the market for. So this is what it looks like. Definitely the sort of silicone-y look, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel, oh, it kind of melts like water. Slight coconut scent to it that I like. I think I might have used just a little bit too much, but what do we think? I think it looks okay. I think it looks okay. Yeah, I don't know how blurring it is, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Okay, so this is, as I said, the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. I got the lightest shade that they had, at least at my Ulta. It is 02 Beige. So we will see how it goes. A little bit out. I'm not sure how much to use of this, but we are going to use my IT Cosmetics foundation brush. This is what I always use. Let's see. I think I got too much out of the container, but that's why we did it onto a plate and not directly onto the face. I think it looks really nice. What do we think? It dries down very quickly, so you definitely want to work quickly, but I like that I went in with thin layers because I think that that was a benefit. I don't love the way that it's sitting on my nose, but that's a struggle that I have with most foundations. I will probably set it just because I set everything. But I think that the coverage is nice. You can still see my freckles coming through. Unfortunately, it means you can also see my sun damage still coming through. But it definitely has evened out the tone of my skin, which is nice. And yeah, okay, so I'm gonna add some concealer. This is just my Maybelline Instant Rewind Concealer because A, I'm panning it, and B, we're doing all drugstore stuff today, so. Okay, so I have some thoughts. I did go in and also powder with my Physicians Formula powder, and it's looking really heavy. It is looking really heavy, and I don't know if it is the foundation, if it is the concealer, if it is the powder, if it's the primer, if it's the combination of all of those things. I don't know, but it is definitely looking very heavy. and very makeup-y, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Also, I feel like my lips look incredibly weird, so we're gonna go ahead and go in with this at this point now. This again is from Covergirl. This is the Clean Fresh Tinted Lip Oil in the shade Bad Apple. We'll see how intense that is. I'm hoping it's just nice and sheer, but we'll see. Oh, it smells nice. Okay, much better. I look a lot less dead now. A lot less dead. All right, so for bronzer, we are gonna go in with this from Essence. This is in 01 Natural. This is the matte bronzing powder. I'm really excited to use this. I mean, I'm sad to get rid of this adorable pattern in it, but I'm very, okay, so definitely more on the subtle side, which I'm happy with. I am someone who does absolutely prefer formulas that have to be built up. For me, I'm just so flippin' pale that if it's too pigmented, I can go way overboard way quickly. So being able to build it up, especially with this monster of a bronzing brush, sometimes it can just get really muddy. But I do really like the tone of that a lot. I like that. Ooh, I think it looks so just natural and nice. Very healthy, as I was hoping. It doesn't pull too orange. I like this. This is probably the first thing in this haul so far that I've been super excited about. Okay, so I don't have a new blush or highlight, so I'm just gonna go in with my Silky Touch blush from Essence. This is in the shade 20 Baby Doll. For highlighter, I'm gonna go into my very favorite face palette ever. This is from BH Cosmetics. This is the Belgian Waffle palette. It is, oh, so outstanding. So good. I think I'm gonna go in with, let's go in with Syrup. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do with these eyes, shall we? We gotta do the lower lash line, which is always the thing that throws me off. So, let's see. Let's do something interesting. Let me grab my brushes because I set them aside. Let's do something interesting. What do we think? I don't know, it's definitely different. But I think it's a good different. Okay, so the final thing that I will do is I'm going to highlight the brow bone. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hop off camera. I'm going to do brows and mascara and liner, lashes, all that kind of good stuff. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about all of my thoughts. Okay, here we are with the look totally completed. I added some brows using my It Cosmetics Brow Power, which is not drugstore, I know, but I am panning it. Also, what isn't drugstore are my lashes. These are from Glamnetics. This is a style 731. I don't know what the actual name is. It says 731 Wanna Grab Drinks After Work, OFC. I think that means of course. So I did pop those on. I think that a big lash really helps this look a lot, and I really love the flare at the edges. And then for mascara, I used from Essence. This is the waterproof version of the Lash Princess. One of my favorite drugstore mascaras of all times. Doesn't matter which color you get, they're all fantastic. And then for lips from Soap and Glory, I have my Sexy Mother Pucker lipstick in the shade Pommy Girl. And I think it really tied everything together nicely. So let's talk about the new products that I used today. And let's go ahead and start with the one that I think I am least satisfied with. Sorry to say, that is the eyeshadow palette from Karity. I will, of course, continue to use this and try to play around with it more, but I'll be honest, for $30, I wanted a lot more from this. The mattes were a challenge to build up. They were quite patchy and kind of blended away to nothing. They faded off a few times even when I had not touched them, and I had to go back in and layer them up. And the metallics are not very metallic-y. It says 21 highly pigmented shimmer and matte eyeshadows, and the shimmers are just not that shimmery. They're not that impactful. For $30, I get that this is just a first impression, but for $30, save your money. Get two of the BH Cosmetics palettes that are like $16, $18 a piece. You can get two of those for what I spent on this. Go with those. They're way better quality. So sadly, not super thrilled with this, but we're gonna keep playing with it and see if we can't find a way to fall in love. Also, we tried this primer from Wet n Wild, the Impossible Primer. Time will tell, time will tell. As I said before, my face makeup does feel, or doesn't feel, it looks quite heavy, but I don't know what's to blame for that. So I am interested to play around with this. I really liked the way that it felt when I applied it. It was definitely, it reminded me a lot of those sort of water moisturizers where you put it on, it just feels like it melts as you're applying it. This felt very similar to that, so I did like the texture of it, but time will tell how it works with other products and long term. I also tried the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, and I am not sure how I feel about it. It's going to take me trying it with some other primers and things like that. I think that even though it looks heavy, it still looks nice too. I hope that makes sense. So I am really excited to play around with it more, but as far as first impression goes, I feel it's kind of middle of the road, which maybe I built it up too much in my head because people speak of it so highly, and I think I was really expecting to be wowed by it, and I'm feeling okay. I think for me though, the clear winner from this first impressions is the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. I love this. I think this looks outstanding, and I know I'm panning other products. I'm gonna have a really hard time not pulling for this each and every time because I absolutely love the way that this applied and looks on my skin. Run, don't walk. Go pick this up. There are not a lot of shades. I can't pretend otherwise, but there are at least 2, possibly 3 variations of this, so definitely pick it up because it is lovely, lovely. What are your thoughts? Have you tried any of these products, and what are your thoughts on them? I would love to know. Make sure to chat with me down in the comments below. I absolutely love chatting with you guys. As always, everything that I am wearing, everything that I used today will be linked in the description box below in case you're curious. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you'll consider doing so. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you are having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.